You must never lose faith in yourself, and your friends and relatives hopefully will never lose faith in you either. And Keele graduates need to be aware that they are part of a very, very small global elite.
I don't believe people who tell me I can't do something. I think it's the core. You know, if you tell me I can't, I'll prove I can. And that's been an absolute personal mark for me throughout my life.
Looking back, I have always been open to feedback, constructive and otherwise, and really been a fairly reflective person too, which I know all comes with all the health professions. I think having access to good feedback, good and bad, is really important, and it always has been for me.
But it's essentially to figure out why that failure occurred and to learn from it. And don't accept that you were wrong or mistaken. I mean, unless you were. Have enough confidence in yourself to believe that others make errors too. And, you know, take the strengths that are coming out of that and apply them to your advantage.
The whole idea of making sure that you succeed in the end is not to give up. One needs to always learn from those setbacks. There are always lessons to be drawn. You learn from those setbacks and look at how you can bring it to your advantage, and then you move forward.
They are all in an incredibly privileged position, having gone through what they've gone through, and that they will always meet people who are too scared to do what they've just done, or may not think they're good enough, or may not know how. And they should really take their power and privilege very seriously and do everything they can to share and inspire those who are coming around them. And if they instill that as a principle at 21, 22, or as master's students, that will carry them through in life, because people above them who are 2 rungs up will look back and help them too. So I really hope that students today reflect on how much they've achieved, but how much opportunity that gives them to support others as well.
You start somewhere, and it's determination, it's the guts and determination that you need to drive yourself forward.
Their view of what their children could do was that it had no limits, and that if you wanted to be a hairdresser or a street sweeper or a tree surgeon or a dentist or a lawyer or a teacher, any of those was okay, but you had to be the best at all of those things if that's what you wanted to do with your life.
Persistence was the thing for me. I know it's an easy thing to say from my position, but I count it as 14 years getting rejection. Deal with your rejection in realistic terms.
Being committed to what you want to do and giving it the dedication it deserves is quite important. And perhaps this is one thing I would also advise the students, that as a student, one must remain focused. If really you want to go into any particular field.
When we're looking at people, we look at people who want to come to the bar, and so many people come through, in a sense, if you think you've got 200 or 300 applications for a couple of places, and you've got to sift through these people, what's going to make them stand out? You know, I've done law and I've got a X-class degree, you know, that's not going to stand out. So we're looking for something around that. What else is it? Of course it's important. Academic achievement is important, there's no doubt about it. But there are a lot of academic achievers who want to come to the bar, or want to do law, or want to come to the legal profession, or the other professions. What is it that makes them stand out? What else have they done?
I think it's always important to stop and reflect. Even when something goes wrong, it's important to stop and reflect. But when things go well, it's really important to take a moment and give yourself a pat on the back for it, because you work very, very hard, and getting a degree is a really hard bit of work. And you have these moments in life where you'll achieve something, and it's important to learn how to be kind to yourself, as well as to how to kind of reflect critically on what you've done. So it's a huge achievement today, and everyone should be very proud.
If you put 2,000 representatives of the same age as Keele graduates today in the same room, Keele graduates would be academically in the top 3 out of 2,000. So that's their level of quality. And they need never to forget that, and always recognise, therefore, that they can do whatever it is they really want to do.